This series isn't just about golf. It's about the people who play it. The ones chasing something bigger than a score. Each round, I'll play 9 holes with someone whose story matters. We'll talk life, purpose, pressure, growth, and everything in between. Mental health, sobriety, fatherhood, faith, the stuff that doesn't always show up on a scorecard, but shapes how we show up in the world. Today, I'm walking with Jerell Fields, a golfer, competitor, husband, father, and a man of intention. You'll get to know him as we play. The golf will come and go, but the conversations, those are what matters most. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoy this series. This was a fun one to film, a fun one to edit, and I'm looking forward to the next episodes moving forward. But for now, enjoy some time with me and Jerel. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We're here at the club at Longview in Waxhaw, North Carolina, playing with Charlotte golfer Chris Beeman and the Charlotte golfer Jerell Fields. Just wrapped up the front 9, finished the 10th hole. Did you start playing?
Tiger made his putt in '97 at Augusta, and me and my dad went out in the backyard and started.
How old were you then?
I was 8.
97. So you're I think 2 years older than me. I'm 33.
Okay, yeah. So I just turned 36 this year.
So I played everything up until junior year of college, and then junior year of high school, and then I was starting pitcher the last 2 years mainly. So that was the best part because didn't need to do anything except pitch every 3 or 4 days, and then I do my running routines when the other games were happening.
Yep. All right, so just tell me what you want me to do.
I'm gonna have you do a quick intro while we go up to the greens.
Okay.
Who you are, and I'll just leave it up to you.
Okay, cool.
Dealer's choice, however you want to introduce yourself.
I feel you. Cool. My name is Jerell Fields. My social media handles is the Charlotte golfer. I haven't gotten used to this social media stuff yet, so I don't know if
it takes a while, man. I'm still not used to it.
Yeah, so the Charlotte golfer. But yeah, man. That's it, man.
Real estate mogul by day?
Yeah, man. I actually just got an award yesterday. 40 under 40.
That's awesome.
Yeah, in Charlotte. So that'll be in Charlotte Real Producers magazine in September.
Nice.
So it's nice to see business is good and I get an opportunity to still play some golf, man. So I got to sell more houses so I can play more golf. That's really what it comes down to, right?
There you go.
But yeah, that's it. That's me.
Are you originally from around here?
No, man. Originally from Philadelphia. So
what?
Yeah, so we left Philly in '95. So I was 6 when I left. But that's where I'll be going back next week for my grandmother's funeral. But yeah, all my dad's side is Philly. Me and my sister are Philly, and my mom is Queens, New York.
Oh wow, okay. So you're from around where I'm from?
Yeah, what part of Jersey?
North Jersey. I'm directly west of Manhattan, about like 45 minutes.
Yeah, so
in Morristown area.
Yeah.
So you played. Talk to me about college golf.
So college golf was funny how it even got started, bro. So I played golf in high school for 2 years, but my high school.
Have a good day.
We had just opened in 2002. Okay. So by the time I got to my senior year, we had all kinds of students. Everybody was there, but the athletics department was really just basketball and football.
Okay.
Maybe some volleyball and stuff, but golf was not a popular one. So I actually played for my school, but I played another school's schedule. Right? So I didn't even know.
That's pretty funny.
It kind of was. I got to meet different people, but I didn't even know you could play golf in college.
Oh wow.
My high school coach didn't. I don't know if he knew or not, but there were no efforts made towards trying to get me to play college golf.
And where did you play college golf?
I ended up playing at Winston-Salem State. So I'm gonna tell you how that happened. That summer, I had no idea how I was going to school, how I was gonna pay for school.
Okay.
My dad, my sister was a senior or a junior going into her senior year at Winston-Salem State. My dad signed up for their alumni charity golf tournament at Charles T. Myers.
Okay.
Signed me up, and what I found out was he had already coordinated with the guy that runs the tournament.
Yep.
To pair me with the golf coach. So I got paired with the golf coach, and this is no joke. By the 18th hole, I had already beaten him by 11 shots.
Jesus.
And I was on the phone with financial aid. No joke, bro.
I love that.
Yep. Go from not even knowing you could play college golf to getting a scholarship in the same day.
It's funny how life works. So what was college golf like? Schedule-wise, like on top of all the school, was it demanding?
So Winston-Salem State at the time was transitioning to Division I.
Okay.
So all 4 of my years I was Division I in the MEAC division. So it was a big difference between the Division II schedule they do now. But our coach was not as active as we would like him to be.
Okay.
So our schedule was probably 4 tournaments in the fall, 5 tournaments in the spring. But they were all 4-day travel.
True.
So we get a travel day, then we get a practice round, and you got 2 days tournaments.
It's pretty funny you get to travel though, especially in college.
Bro. It was fun. I mean,
that's something. I went to University of Scranton up in PA.
Yeah.
It was D3 for everything, and I didn't really pick up golf seriously till after college. So
yeah.
Looking back though, I wish I'd played,
Yeah.
or at least tried out. But I was
fun.
not good enough back then.
It was a lot of fun, man. I met some good people. Still best friends to this day.
That's good. That's all you can ask for.
I mean, we were all in each other's weddings,
Love it. How long you been married?
Man, you just did me like that. 12 years this May was just passed.
Well,
so yeah, just celebrated the start of our 12th.
That's awesome.
Or the start of our 13th.
High school sweethearts?
No,
or
man,
met?
we met freshman year of college.
Okay.
She was the number 1 tennis player. I was the number 1 golfer.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I don't pay for the golf balls, so it's okay.
There you go. Broken distance.
We got 231 pin.
Head on the man.
Right on the edge, man. Burning it.
11 to putt. 12 to putt.
All right, question for you.
What you got? What you got?
What part of your golf game reflects your personality?
Ooh. Part of my golf game reflects my personality. I would say my wedges. Inside 150 yards.
Okay.
Because it's just as goofy as I am. I couldn't.
That's not what I expected.
That's the answer. It's just as goofy as I am, bro. It's a guess game, bro. I don't know what it is.
Yep.
Inside 150, I'm like, all right, choke down on this pitching wedge or swing hard at a 54.
Dude, I've had the yips for a few weeks and it's not fun.
Nah.
It's a scary place to be.
Yeah, I'm sure. I've been
So
lucky.
wedges, goofy.
Yeah, wedges are goofy. I'm a goofy guy, man. I love to laugh. Let me tell you a quick story before we get out this cart.
Go ahead.
I was goofy all my life through elementary, middle. I was always class clown. That was a superlative I got every time.
Okay.
Freshman year of high school, my sister's a senior. Okay. Yes, I'm into girls, but I'm still goofy old Jerel. My sister comes to me one day. She's a captain of the cheerleading squad. She comes to me one day. She says, Jerell, we're in the car. She's driving us home. She says, Jerell, the girls like you. Like, they like you.
Yep.
But you're just too goofy.
Yep.
That was it.
And then that's when you kind of went.
Never told a joke in public in my life ever again. It got so bad. Again, I met my wife my freshman year of college.
Right.
My wife thought I was serious. Like, she was like, oh, he's so well put together. No, just as goofy. But in public, everybody thinks I'm serious.
Okay. I love that.
But, and it was all because my sister told me that the girls
That
like
one,
you.
And that was in high school.
Freshman year of high school. She said the girls like you. You're just too goofy. And I said, well, I'll never tell a joke again. And now it's just part of my personality, you know, be out and about, just be serious and, you know, enjoy yourself. But behind the scenes, I'm cracking jokes.
Yep.
I'm the comedian.
I'm the same way. I don't like being this. That's like the biggest thing for me with the social media stuff is I don't like being the center of attention. But I still want to get like my message out. So it's a give and take relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't mind the attention. I just won't change who I am.
Right.
And that's a bad thing for social media.
Well, no.
Well, for where
depends what you want to do with social media.
Yeah. It's definitely. I'm going to be myself no matter what.
Yep.
And I think people will have an image of what they want to see, and they'll be let down. But you know, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
Next question. Mental health. When I say that, what comes to mind for you?
Taking care of you first, right? I think I learned from my dad. My dad was always want to take care of everybody around him, the family, make sure they were taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done the same thing. But lately, I've been implementing ways to take care of myself as well, which is why the golf stuff is happening. You know, it just gives me a break
from the everyday grind.
Everyday grind, bro. It's not that it's not that I don't grind on the golf course, but to give my mind a break.
Yep, it's helpful.
Yeah,
very helpful.
That's what comes to mind when I hear mental health.
Do you deal with any mental health or know anyone?
Yeah. I mean, I deal with it all the time because I constantly have the pressures of, you know, I own my brokerage, and for me, my struggles is always going to be based around meeting the expectations of my agents, right? Because they lose.
They look up to you.
Yeah, and if I'm not valuable to them, then you know they can go somewhere else. So for me, I'm constantly battling day in, day out.
100%
all the
day
time,
in, day out.
All the time. I got to know all the answers, or I got to know where to find all the answers. So I would say I struggle with it a bit. I had an instance early in my career where I struggled with it almost to the T. I mean, I tell the story all the time. I had $2.73 in my bank account at one point in time.
Damn.
And just kind of, you know, had a mental breakdown at a Burger King because I couldn't get my family food, you know? So stuff like that, just, you know, it tears you apart.
It's tough, but stuff like that's what builds you up and you learn a lot.
Yep.
Makes you stronger over time.
I agree.
All right, next question is, when you're going through hard times, other than your wife, because I'm assuming you go to her, if you're like me, who do you turn to?
My dad.
Dad again?
Yeah, my dad.
Sounds like you got a really close relationship with him, which is awesome.
Yeah, I do. And it gets to a point sometimes where my wife will go, call your dad.
Because she knows that the situation calls for his help rather than hers.
Yeah.
It's intuitive, and it's a good wife right there.
Yeah, I mean most of my I'm very chill, down to earth. So a lot of my stuff that I deal with is you know, it's external.
Yeah.
Right? It's like like I said, the expectation of my agents, like, oh, so and so called me today, said they want to meet. What does that mean? You know what I mean? And it's like, and then you get to the meeting and it's like nothing. You're like, oh, whew.
That's the anxious thinking, dude. That's my.
I'm like, what did I do?
Like I look back and I wonder how I'm even in sales with my anxiety, because it's like that's how I am on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. At this point, I'm so far into my recruiting career, the network I've built. I don't care.
Yeah.
But back then, when I was doing door-to-door sales in New Jersey, on Staten Island, then worked at Yelp in New York doing ad sales, just
Yeah.
200 cold calls a day, calling local businesses in like the middle of fucking Illinois. Like some mom and pop auto shop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you got a Yelp page. They don't even know what the fuck Yelp is.
Oh man.
And I'm trying to get them to spend money.
Yep.
But recruitment's been awesome because it's just all relationship building, and that's something that I enjoy.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But yeah, it's a relationship with your dad. That's awesome. Not everyone has that.
Yeah. No, and I don't take it for granted. Believe me, I know a lot of people who don't have that relationship. So.
Yep.
I understand my blessings, man. And because of that, I am who I am.
Yep. How long ago were you in college?
2010 is when I graduated.
So how has your identity changed from athlete to kind of entrepreneur? Because obviously with real estate sales, but everything is yourself. It's your branding.
Yeah. I think it hasn't changed much, man, because I think being in sports gives you a competitive edge or gives you a competitive drive.
100%.
So I look at myself like the leader of the team, the captain of the team.
Yep.
Right? And
QB.
The quarterback. So for me, it's all about how can I level us up and make us better. So I enjoy
comes with that competitive mindset and always wanting to win, always want to be the best, chasing perfection.
And I enjoy innovation.
Yeah.
I don't like doing the same thing as somebody else. Like in this day and age where, especially real estate content.
Oh yeah, there's so many different.
Everybody's doing the same stuff.
It's all the same, just looks different because it's different houses.
That's it. And
How are you doing it differently then, or approaching that from a real estate like that angle?
Yeah. So first thing is the quality. I always care about the quality over everything, right?
Right.
I'm not one to just keep pushing content just to say I got it out first.
Yep.
I'd rather have my quality be better. But two, I'm also chasing different things. Everybody's doing house tours, right? So everybody, you want to show a house off to somebody. That's cool. But if you're showing $1 million house and your network is only going to buy a $300,000, $400,000
Yeah,
house,
that's true.
what
You're parading to the wrong crowd.
what are you doing? So for me, I try to think outside the box.
Okay.
Like you said, you did door-to-door sales, right?
Yes, sir.
A lot of agents
Windows, roofing, and siding.
A lot of agents go knocking door to door and they get shut out, right? So what I do is I'll do something different. I host community events.
I like that.
I'll go to a neighborhood and instead of door knocking, I'll buy
like a rental hall or something, like a little venue to rent.
No. I'll go to their neighborhood. I'll host a pool opening.
Oh, nice.
I'll get Kona Ice to come out there for 2 hours, and I have a raffle, and I got my tent set up. And now people are coming to me.
That's
So I do stuff like that, right? I think I pride myself on thinking outside of the box and being innovative and trying to capture leads differently. So that way, when everybody's like, "Oh man, the market is dried up," and I'm like, "No, you just tapped into the same market as everybody else.
I think
you got to get somewhere else."
Your line of work is very similar to mine in terms of over time building the pool of candidates, the network of people that buy homes. Your job gets easier over time because then you get the referrals. They come back to you.
The job of real estate is not hard.
No.
It's the commitment to being good at it.
And it's the commitment to being patient.
Yeah, that too.
Because you need to know you're not going to make much money the first year or so.
Yeah.
You'll make a little bit more the second year.
Yeah.
But then you get to a point where you're not hitting below a certain number ever.
Yeah. What's the number, B-Man? 58. Thank you.
You're gonna have to reverse.
You know, a little trick I learned at Raintree is
Just reverse this way?
the whole way.
That's actually smart. Why have I never thought to do that? Oh, it was about your page. I know you mentioned earlier that it was about you and your dad being able to watch your rounds.
Yeah.
Looking at it now, after a few weeks, like how long have you kind of been in the grind? Has it been like a month, 2 months?
Of the social media stuff?
Yeah.
Been, I guess you would call it 3 weeks.
Okay. Do you have like a different perspective compared to when you started 3 weeks ago in terms of what you want to get out of it or what you want to do?
No, and I think it goes back to what I was saying to you earlier, right? Like I'm going to let some people down. I'm realizing as people start to enjoy the content, you know, I think I'm going to let some people down because...
But you're going to keep posting what you want to post.
Yeah, I'm going to keep posting what I want to post. And not only that, like I said, the goal behind even starting this journey was so that me and my dad could just sit back and watch the round.
Yeah.
So if I start getting into the gimmicks of social media and get screwed off,
you just come to the big, what they all
yeah,
want.
I mean, and what
Great shot. Jeez.
So definitely have to somehow.
Yep. You'll have to adapt or something.
Yeah.
You can always just bank content too.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're working on now. It's
Yeah.
just really just trying to.
You gotta find your groove. It takes. I mean, it's a grind.
Yeah.
It's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I think it's a fun process though. You learn a lot about yourself.
Yes.
And it's not for the faint of heart. I'll tell you that.
Not at all.
Like you gotta fucking grind.
Yeah.
But you also gotta be able to take
The criticism.
the criticisms of people that never even meet you.
Yeah.
They're just like they make their own assumptions, and I think that's one thing I hate about
Yeah, my kids read the
technology.
comments. My kids read the comments, so I'm like, you know,
It's
it don't
tough.
bother me, but my kids are like, look what this guy said.
It's good that it doesn't bother you though.
Yeah, no, I could care less. Like I read one comment earlier. A guy was like, you should, you know, don't compete until your game is at this level. I was like, wow. Go look at my trophy shelf. How about that?
Well, it's better than the last time I played here with you. I topped that first one into the pond.
Is that a 16?
15.
Oh,
The camera quality is awesome, dude. Yeah. That's why, like, I don't even need, as long as the lighting's good,
Yep.
I don't need a real camera. Like, I want one, but it's just I need to learn how to use it. And that's another task. Add on to the list of fucking tasks on my list. Never ends, never ends. That's life, though.
That's it.
It's what we signed up for.
Actually, it's what
I can't wait to be a dad. I've been wanting this for my whole life.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, fatherhood is fun, man.
It's
and
fun.
Everybody has their own experience.
It's scary, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Like what I imagine is it's everything you can imagine in terms of an emotion,
Yeah.
all wrapped up in the child's life. At some point or another, you feel one thing that you just didn't even expect.
I had my first child at 23.
Oh, dude.
So. Yeah, my son's 13. Yeah, I had my first child at 23.
We're gonna have to do another episode because I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah.
That will be in the future, though. That will be dad once the dad content starts coming into play.
Yeah, for sure.
First and foremost, bud, thanks for being on the channel.
Man, enjoyed it. For sure.
As a reminder, I'll drop all his details in the caption and description and whatnot. Make sure to follow him. But
Please.
all right, so being we are in the Queen City, on this last tee box, I'm gonna give you a rapid fire 10 questions about Charlotte. You gotta give first word that comes to mind.
Cool. First word that comes to mind?
Yep. If it's something that's 2 words, that's the same thing.
All right.
So that's what you get the gist.
But not 3.
Choose your words wisely.
So when they say food, you can't say tacos for life because it's 3 words.
Tacos for life is
1 word.
that's acceptable. All right, first word you think of when you hear of Charlotte.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go.
Oh, first word I think I want to hear Charlotte?
Yep.
Home.
Favorite Charlotte neighborhood.
Ooh, Berwick.
Which one?
Berwick.
Okay.
South, right across from the outlets.
Go-to food spot.
Ooh, for me, it is American Deli.
Okay. Best place to clear your head.
Raintree Country Club.
Favorite season in Charlotte?
As far as weather?
Yep.
Fall.
Describe Uptown in one word.
Downtown.
Will the Panthers win a Super Bowl?
Never.
Hidden gem in the city.
Hidden gem in the city. Raintree Country Club.
One word describe Charlotte golf.
Competitive.
Most underrated thing about living here.
Underrated thing about living here? Honestly, it's quiet. People think it's a lot going on, but it's not in comparison to other big cities.
I would agree.
Yeah, it's quiet.
Perfect. There's something sacred about walking a course with someone. You learn how they play, but more importantly, how they live. Thanks again to Jerell for taking the time, joining me on the first episode in this series. Jerell brought honesty, depth, and heart to this round. And in episode 2, we'll meet someone who's faced very different challenges and found light in their own way. Until then, stay grounded, stay curious, and keep walking with us.